Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Jurassic Park, the game where we are moving
serious?
boxes.
What? I'm taking a break.
Good idea. Don't want you to strain yourself.
So what's the deal? Why didn't you tell Dr. SORKIN why it's so important to get off this island?
Trust me, if we bully that one, she's gonna cause problems.
So what do we do?
Simple. Charm her. Look, all I need to do is get some information on this woman. Dig into her past. Find out what makes her tick. I'm sure if I say enough of the right things, she'll practically think getting off the island was her idea in the first place.
Hey, can I bum one of those?
No.
Okay.
Alright, let's have a look around then. So, we are now at SORKIN's lab. Hopefully we might get some answers on this mysterious set of dinosaurs then that we still don't know what they are.
So, who feels like carrying these boxes back to the helicopter?
Also, it's terrible English, sorry. Not me.
Neither.
Yeah. Could we maybe not do that?
Ugh, smells like a barrel of wet dog hair.
I know, right? I don't get why dinosaurs eat that stuff.
Well, maybe they like it.
I'm not moving these things. They look like they weigh a ton.
I think Dr. SORKIN said we're only supposed to move file boxes.
Oh, yeah. Well, good.
Right, let's move some file boxes then. I don't know what that noise was in the background, by the way. Okay, there's nothing else here, so maybe there's another screen. Oh yeah, let's go back to the chopper.
I'm gonna go talk to SORKIN.
What should I do?
You wanna help? See if you can dig up anything interesting on our friend Dr. SORKIN in those file boxes.
Cool.
What's the point of rebuilding? Hammond will kowtow to the major shareholders and cut every corner to recoup their investment as fast as possible, with no regard to the animals' welfare.
Let's ask about the bite wound.
You know, Doc, I saw some bites like that on one of my men back at the visitor center. Call me Billy.
Mr. Yoder, would you please tend to the InGen files like we discussed?
Would you please tell us what's going on here? Who's the prisoner?
Hey, you know who our prisoner is? Because no one else seems to.
Well, I've never seen her on the island before. I don't recognize her as someone who works for InGen. But I don't know everyone, so it's possible.
Okay. We need to go.
I hate to interrupt, man, but I really think we need to be going.
I'm afraid I can't, Mr. Yoder. Someone needs to tend to the dinosaurs during this disaster.
They'll be fine.
Dr. SORKIN, but InGen wants all survivors back on the mainland as soon as possible. No exceptions.
Why can't it wait?
Because we'll all die.
Is there anything I can say to convince you to come with us?
If there is, you haven't said it yet.
Right.
So how did you know to treat her?
Jeez, really? I mean, come on. Let's get out of this place. You don't realise how dangerous it is here. Right, so there's nothing. Can we talk again? State the prisoner.
Hey, Doc, you got a pharmacy inside? It's gonna be a long flight back if we don't get this prisoner either elated or sedated.
She seems harmless enough now, and she's adequately secured. You afraid she's gonna beat you up?
Well, I
Possibly
history of
worse.
Women wanting to get their hands on me.
Oh dear. Of course. Of course. Well, never mind.
Do you mind if I took a look at your book?
Guess we head back then.
I've tried talking.
Of course he thinks he's like God's greatest gift to women. Right, let's have a look around. Oh, there's a file box here.
What'd you find out?
Looks like Dr. SORKIN wanted to turn this place into a dinosaur preserve instead of an amusement park.
Interesting.
InGen didn't go for it, huh?
Why would they? There's no money in that.
Very true.
So Dr. SORKIN has a weakness for preserving wildlife. Good to know.
Interesting. Can we use that? Do we know anything else?
That's a lot of rejected dino preserve proposals.
Yep.
You gotta hand it to the lady. She don't give up easy.
Right, so she wanted to turn it into a preserve then. That's interesting. Maybe we can use that. Let's have another discussion with her.
I can't tell you how many times I tried convincing him. The park should be a nature preserve. No theme park attractions, no cages. Hammond never really cared about the marvels I created for him. It's always been about the money.
Yeah, possibly. We really need to go.
SORKIN,
As I told you, I'm staying behind to watch after the animals.
I'm sorry, but we really need to get you out of here.
Why?
The Dino Preserve.
Wouldn't this place be better off as some kind of dinosaur preserve? It's kind of stupid to treat these creatures like they're in some kind of circus, right?
Huh. You have a point.
I do. A very good
As
point.
long as John Hammond is in charge, the animals are going to need me here to ensure that they're treated with respect.
Hammond?
Listen, Hammond really made a mess of this place. You have no idea. There's no hiding his incompetence after this disaster.
Well, obviously that's true.
It's very
If you
true.
knew how I spent my youth, you'd be surprised to find me working in a place like this.
I'll lose my job.
Please, ma'am, if we don't get you back, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble. I'll probably lose
Won't
my
be able
job.
to pay the rent.
Well, I don't wish that on anyone, Mr. Yoder, but I'm afraid it can't be helped. I can't abandon these dinosaurs just so you have a job.
The prisoner could relapse.
Gotta get back because, you never know, the prisoner could have a relapse or something.
Highly unlikely.
You're in danger.
Dr. Sorkin, we already caught one unauthorized trespasser. Who knows who else is on the island? Your life may be in danger.
I'll take my chances, thank you.
Man, she is not giving up.
Trust me, there is a very good reason.
Well, come back when you think of one.
Jeez, okay.
I'll be exhausted.
Can we talk to Harding or something? Are we missing something? Maybe she's found something else now?
How's your smoke?
Lasting forever, apparently. Can we... Aha, right, okay. What is all this? Back acting up. Info on Sorkin.
Hey, Oscar, was there any dirt on Dr. Sorkin in the mission briefing? If I'm gonna have to use the old Yoder charm, I'll need some intel.
Big-time protester in the 70s. Lots of animal rights crap. Handful of arrests for it. All of her InGen-related history is classified. Said to expect her to be a pain in the ass.
It said that?
Between the lines.
Right, okay. Interesting. What is all this?
How the hell does Dr. Sorkin think we're gonna load all this crap into the chopper?
Dunno, but you better do it if you want to get on a good side.
Okay, well, thanks. You've been a great help.
Yeah, really helpful. Back acting up?
You gonna do any work around here? What are we, union now?
More info?
So, Sorkin.
Hippie type. Got arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
Okay.
If you want to tag along with us, that's cool.
Whoa,
Just
what was
give
that?
us some space. Doesn't do very good with kids, or adults, or animals. Come to think of it, doesn't do very good with anybody. Just stay out of his way.
Solid advice. Right, how do
So,
we...
Sorkin.
Hippie type.
I've asked
Got
that.
arrested a bunch protesting for animal rights.
How do we... Right click, okay. In that case, let's go and mention the protests maybe and see if that helps. There's a lot
You
of
know,
to and fro going on
he
here.
actually told me it doesn't matter that we have dinosaurs from the Jurassic and Triassic ages living together, as long as it's exciting. Moron. I'm interested.
We have to go now.
Dr. Sorkin.
Why do you think interrupting me is going to work this time?
History.
Someone needs to speak to the board about protecting these dinosaurs. You believe in animal rights, don't you? Wouldn't you put your neck on the line for them?
You're absolutely right, Mr. Yoder. But none of this matters if the board of
I'm
directors...
not supposed to say this, but I heard the board is going to hold an emergency meeting about, you know, new leadership. If you were
Interesting.
there, you could act as a
Is that a
witness
lie?
to the events that took place here. They'd have to listen to you.
That's true. I hate to admit it, Mr. Yoder. But perhaps you're right.
Perhaps
and
I
our
am.
orders also mention an assistant.
David. Yes. I'm afraid David won't be coming back with us. He told him to stay away from the quarantine
Dr.
pens.
Sorkin, I'm
Aye.
so sorry.
Thank you. Now, before we go, I have some work in the lab that must be completed first.
No, don't worry about that. Let's just get
Dr.
going.
Harding,
That's a
perhaps
terrible
you and your
idea.
daughter would like to assist me. I've been working on a cure for one of our dinosaurs' nastier genetic disorders.
Oh? Which one?
It's dietary. Right up your alley.
Yeah, can we maybe not just get going?
Dr. Harding, we've done it.
And what exactly have we done?
Reverse the lysine contingency, of course.
Wait, what?
What's that?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die off.
You cannot give that to the dinosaurs. They need to be contained. If any of them get off the island,
Okay, listen. I've been working with the Parasaur's behavioral program for months now. If I go back to the mainland to fight for this place, they'll all be dead before I can get back, along with all of my research.
Parasaurs?
Parasaurolophus. They're herbivores, generally safe.
Let me give the solution to them, to see if it even works.
How many are we talking about?
Why don't you come out with me? See how much progress we've made with them.
It sounds like a bad idea.
Fine. We'll go.
Cool.
The predators are definitely going to be around, right? It's not just me who thinks this is an absolutely awful idea and we could all just get into the chopper and
I'm glad
leave.
to finally have you out here, Dr. Harding, despite the circumstances. We've been doing some very interesting work with our parasaurs. Behavioral communication experiments.
You've interpreted their calls.
Some of them. And I plan to use that to get them out of the pen.
Right.
Out?
Well, I'm not going to treat their water with them still in there.
How do we know there aren't any bad dinosaurs around?
I don't.
I don't know, but the Parasaurolophus do.
That's a
See
good
that
point.
one? She's the lookout. She'll stand guard while the others graze. If there were any predators in the vicinity, she'd be nervous and emitting a danger call. But she's not. She's calm. Jerry, you can activate the speakers from there. Jess and I will set the various parasaur sounds that play through them.
Is this going to be another puzzle?
Dad, it's okay. I mean, it's safe, right?
No.
The parasaurs will warn us of trouble before it gets close.
Yeah, maybe.
Stay with Dr. Sorkin.
I wouldn't trust that theory, to be quite honest with you. Alright, dino herding.
Okay, let's move some dinos.
We can't just shoo the animals out, but we should be able to manipulate them into moving using their own sounds.
Cool.
These speakers on the west side of the pen can be set to play a parasaur food call that will attract the hungry dinos. The speakers on the east control the mating sounds that will attract the more amorous dinosaur.
What
Amorous.
about the big set of speakers in the middle of the pen?
Ah, those emit the danger call. The parasaurs will instinctively move away from it.
So basically, we can herd the dinosaurs out of this pen using the speakers and their sounds.
Or we can confuse the dinosaurs so they don't pick up on the predators approaching. Maybe that's also a thing. Right, so west speakers, east speakers. Should we just press some buttons and see what happens, I guess?
How do I turn on the speakers?
I'll have to tell your dad to do it when we're ready.
Oh, I think we're ready. Activate the speakers.
Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
Wait, which ones did we press? This one?
West side speakers, please.
Right. So that
Take
moves
this the
them.
wrong way, but isn't this kind of pointless? They're just gonna be eaten anyway, right?
Some will, yes. But others will adapt, find places to inhabit, mate, and carry on the species. A much better fate than being massacred in this pen.
But they can't mate. Dad said the dinosaurs on the island are all good.
Haha, yeah, if only that were true.
You can never be 100% sure about something like that.
That was a very sudden cut there. Right, so what do we press now? Do we want to press this one? The east one? East
Dr.
ones,
Harding?
please.
Yeah?
The east one.
I need you to activate the east side speakers, please.
East side. Okay.
Do you think they'll really turn this place into a nature preserve after this?
Like Mr. Yoder said, that guy was lying through his teeth regarding the board. But it did give me a thought. This is a huge setback for InGen. Maybe Hammond's role as CEO isn't as safe as he thinks.
Right, so I'm sort of... Oh, so it looks like we've just got a sort of... I'm a little bit confused about what we're doing here, honestly.
Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
The east ones again.
East side speakers again.
Right, so that moved that one.
happened to your assistant?
Let's not talk about that right now.
Yeah, let's not.
Did you work with him long?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Listen, he was a wonderful young man. And I am sad. I really am. But if I let that stop my work, then all these animals will die too, trapped behind the walls that we built. You understand?
Yeah. Right, so should we press this one now? To sort of get them all over to the left-hand side and then press the danger one? Is that what we've got to do?
Dr. Harding?
Yeah?
The west ones, please.
West side speakers, please.
Right, so they're all over this side now. So I'm guessing if we activate the central ones, they'll probably all run out the
I
gate.
heard you were like a hippie protester or something in the 70s.
Where'd you hear that?
From Yoder.
The 70s were a tumultuous time. I fought for what I believed in, and sometimes it gets you arrested.
You were arrested? And you still got a job as a, scientist?
Paleogeneticist. And yes, youth is the time to be reckless and test your boundaries. It's how you learn what's important to you.
Telltale Games dropping the wisdom. Right, okay. So how do we...
If we want to move the dinosaurs forward, we might need to give them a good scare from behind.
Oh, we can use the danger call.
Yeah, let's try that. So...
Dr.
activate
Harding?
the speakers, I guess?
Activate the danger speakers.
Are they all going to run now? Out of the gate?
That's it. They're out.
Yeah, that was pretty
Good
easy.
job, Jess.
Finally. Go forth and multiply.
You're pretty good at this. Maybe you'll be a behavioral scientist someday.
Maybe I will. Aw.
Ah, this is why she was elected to be the lookout. What's wrong with her foot?
It's a broken toe. Feel free to have a look. I just have to do one more thing, and then we can leave.
And that is... what?
Lysine.
If the dinosaurs are to have a fighting chance, they'll need this solution to survive.
I'm still not sure.
Jerry, this is my life's work. These are basically my children. I'm not gonna let these creatures die because some bureaucrat can't stand losing control. They deserve their own lives.
Jess,
Why is he so against it? I guess because he's worried the dinosaurs might escape the island, which I can kind of see.
Dr. Sorkin?
Was that a danger thing?
Laura, what's lysine?
InGen, Henry Wu, added a gene to the dinosaurs that makes them dependent on supplements of an amino acid called lysine. Without their weekly doses, they'll all die off.
Don't tell my dad, but I got a D in chemistry.
Then today should be very educational. The solution we were creating at the lab will reverse this scenario, allowing the animals to live out their natural lifespan. We just need to get it into the main water supply.
Okay, that should be easy, right?
This is a big responsibility, Jess.
I can handle it, Dr. Sorkin. I mean Laura.
Yeah, we can handle that. It should be
Okay,
pretty
Jess,
straightforward,
let's get
right?
started.
I mean, what do we actually have to do, though?
I'm telling you, man. Almost made me swear off Chinese food for...
Alright then guys, that's where we're going to leave it for this episode because we are out of time. We're going to have to try and get that into the water supply in the next one. This is really good. I'm really enjoying this. I can't wait to play more. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wade, Nate, Terminally Nerdy and Paul from the Phantom Fellows for all the support. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all next time.